start. I just hate this feeling now. It's easier when we start. It's better with the lights off. Please just still my touch. Don't go overthinking. I'm trying to rebuild this. Just take it as it comes.
All right, guys. Hey, guys. This is Edges here with Blacks on Bike, and we are back with another episode number 7. And today, I have with me none other than Miss Shelly Demery Norset. Did I pronounce your last name correctly?
That's Noisette. You got pretty close.
Okay. All right. And she's the owner of Twisted Spoke Cycles, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So, Miss,
It's in Johns Creek, Georgia. It's in North Atlanta. Sometimes people get to venturing out, and we're about 35 minutes from the heart of downtown. Twisted Spoke Bicycles. So it's in the suburb area of Alpharetta.
correct. And you know what? I actually said that on the last episode, so I apologize. But yes, it's at Johns Creek, which is in northeast kind of Atlanta, suburbs of Atlanta, correct?
Yeah, that's right. As you're heading more toward the mountains.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Miss Shelly, where you are originally from?
I'm a farm girl from Iowa.
From Iowa. Okay, born
Des Moines,
and raised in
Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Born and
Now,
raised.
did you graduate high school from there, or?
I did. A lot of my family, my immediate family, is still there. I was just back there in May, but I'm a Midwestern girl.
All right. Cool. No, I don't meet many people from Iowa, so that's pretty cool. Now,
I hear that a lot.
I met a few people from Iowa while I was in the Navy, and they also said the same thing, that, when they meet people, they say, hey, I've never met anyone from Iowa, so I guess it's a common thing. But now, also, Miss Shelly, for the listeners, she is also a retired veteran from the U.S. Marines.
And the USNC. Hoorah!
You guys are also a branch of the, you work closely with the U.S. Navy, which is where I spent 10 years of my military time, too, as well. Now,
Yes, you guys actually write our checks. So you guys
Right.
write our checks, and then you come and train with us, and we end up carrying you all. That's usually how it works.
what? No, you guys is Uber. So when you guys need a ride, you call the U.S. Navy. We're your Uber, I guess you could say.
Well, you kind of medically put us back intact, or bring the big stuff, but until you
Right.
get to that point, we have to carry you.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
kind of how
all
it
good.
works.
Yeah, it's all good. We all work together.
We're all family.
Right.
So
We're all one big
all
family.
military family. Yeah.
A lot of sacrifices. Now,
A lot of sacrifices.
what made you decide to choose the Marines over the other branches?
As I was preparing for college, because I was dual enrolled when I was in high school. I was a couple years ahead of myself, but my mother didn't allow for skipping of the grades, so I did grades that were advanced. But I had started ROTC when I was in junior high school, and I did pre-boot camps. My father was a Marine, my uncle was a Marine. I was military, in my family, and it was an option after some other things that, were just some family challenges that went on, and I decided to make a go still with my college career with using the Marine Corps as a foot to be able to do that. And what better yet, I've been in ROTC, so I had earned some rank there, and that's what I did. I didn't make a career out of it. It was just part of, routes to get to where it was that I wanted to go and what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I knew at a very young age that I wanted to make a go relative to law, and thought that I did want to be a lawyer until I discovered that I liked to be able to move around, and that would have even required me to take bars in different places, and I wanted to be a little bit more mobile.
Right.
By that time, I had seen a lot, and I did not want to have Esquire behind my name. I felt like that I could have more of a control with integrity relating to certain things with not being in certain situations. Not to say that all warriors, because there's awesome ones out there, worked with really great ones, but I did want to set myself up for being able to do many things and to reinvent myself and not just be under one genre of law.
How did you get interested into cycling?
Oh, gosh. I have been cycling since I was a small child. I can't begin to tell you when my first bike was because that's all I've known. It was a form of commuting and necessity. Well, the distinction is because I haven't gotten to do the ride right now as an adult, you know, where you can barely find hours for yourself. Oh, if you're going to go ride, you know, 60, 70 miles in a day, oh, I got to train for that. Instead of just hopping on my bike and saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to go do this every single day, and I'm going to drink and, you know, we're going to, you know, sleep underneath the stars and do it all over again the next day.
How long have you had your store in there in Johns Creek?
So it's actually been at this location now for about 2 years and 4 months. At the beginning of 2017, 2 Twisted Spokes bicycles, and with a focus on women, beginners, children, road, fitness, all inclusive as opposed to exclusive.
What did that journey look like to open that store? What was the we're going to kind of start with the trials. Were there any major trials that you had to overcome?
Well, in the previous location, not so much as far as just building out. A lot of times you have to just build out to your specifications of what it is that, you know, you want. So I think that the major feat came when we got to the new location and saying, okay, I was saying for, you know, a couple years the name doesn't work. People don't understand it. Then you hear from customers the previous name of MTV Garage. And then finally it was light bulb in 2016 for him, okay, we're gonna change the name. I think that, you know, he's had to broaden himself with, you know, going beyond what his initial, you know, comfort level was with mountain biking. That's just his love, his passion on that side of it. But he is an all-around excellent, his fitness in relation to cycling and also building. He was a former aircraft engineer because he was with the Air Force, and he's a biomed engineer and project manager. So when I said I married him for his hands, I really did.
Yeah, cool. Now, how did you have like one of the largest enduro series in the Southeast, correct?
Yes, we're actually the only regional enduro series in the Southeast and the East Coast.
Southeast and the East Coast, okay. Now, kind of walk me through how you began to put that together. You just briefly touch on it.
Yeah, well, my husband, that was a genre and an area that had been untouched really about 4 years ago, and so he came up with it. And he's really great for coming up with ideas, and he's a visionary. He can see it, but there's always the business side on the back side of it. Where,
you need facilitators. You need facilitators.
You know, he started it, but then I came aboard with it, and we're 4 seasons in. We've had a max count of 130 racers, between 124 and 130 at Coldwater in Anniston, Alabama, this past year. The race we just had last weekend was at 100, and our timing system, and for insurance purposes, it caps at 150. So it's really going awesome. We're in 5 states. We're in 5 states, and we've had 9 races this year, and we're upping it to 20.
What states are you in currently? We're
in Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
South Carolina. All right, cool. So what's been one of the most memorable moments you had in your cycling career? Give us a high point.
When I get women and people, and women and men, because men actually, I have what's called beginner social rides. And that doesn't mean that you're a beginner rider into cycling. It means you're a beginner at the stage that you're choosing in your particular life, that you may be getting back on a bike again, you may want to do something traumatic, you may be wanting to do something different with your fitness, because I work on isolation points from also being a trainer. So when I see people think that, they say, oh, we're not going to be able to do this, like you, or you do this and we can't do this, so we're not like serious cyclists.
Right.
And I'm like, you don't have to be serious about anything other than just enjoying fun, fitness, and fresh air. And when they realize that when we've made it back to the shop from a ride, and they did like 12 to 15 miles that they didn't even feel that they had done.
Yep.
And they didn't know because we were out there having a good time. Hearing the nature of it. I love riding along countryside too and just seeing, God's earth and what we have to be able to enjoy and take that in as, an internal picture.
Right. And I want to clarify something too. When I said earlier a calling, I really meant more of cycling has it's very fulfilling to you to be able to take people out there, because I've done it myself. When people say, well, I can't ride this far and it's going to be too far and I've never exercised, but when you take them out and you take time with them and you bring them back, and that look of that kind of childlike look that you see in their eyes when they come back, and it's kind of like a look of accomplishment, man, there's no better feeling for me than that.
That's why I'm glad you clarified that. I mean, it is just very fulfilling. I just, I love seeing that look and to know that there was someone that I really had to like talk into it, and that they trusted me enough to be able to be out there with them, to say that they could do what they otherwise didn't have faith in themselves to do it.
Right.
So I don't take it lightly from what our customers and my friends and family and the people who actually help me out to be able to encourage more people to get on bikes and to get outside. That's just really needed. It does so much. Sometimes, I some of my riders think that I'm riding along with them, and sometimes after my very long days, that can be rough sometimes with being a business owner, having been a mother, a wife, just doing retail. There's just a lot of things that go into it. Sometimes my time is not my own, and sometimes they're riding along with me, because when I see that translate into joy and the ease of it, of like, okay, one cyclist at a time, one woman at a time, one kid at a time, one minority at a time, all of those things. It's like, you know what? This is working. This is why we can do what we do, because of them, and because of people like you who want to focus on people like us who are trying to grow the education and the expansion and the love of cycling as their sport of choice.
Yeah, because I mean, from the outside, someone who's not cycling, in our communities, it may look like we're just out here. Either showcasing fashion in cycling, or we're just out here just, I guess the military term was lollygagging, just kind of having, having some fun. But cycling is it is so much more than that. I mean, it's food, it's nutrition, it's freedom, it's community, it's social. People just really don't understand this. I mean, cycling, to me, it has been such a blessing to me, man. I mean, it's amazing. It is really amazing. And then also, another part of cycling that people may not be aware of is the traveling. It's gotten a lot of people up out of their cities to go ride in different events that normally they would have just stayed, at home or in their city or state.
Oh, yeah, and I'll tell you, in our area, there's bike lanes. I call them disappearing bike lanes, and they're only as wide in this particular area as I say that my hips kind of go outside of that bike lane because it's so skinny. Our shop now is also partnered and we're with AAA. So anyone who has a AAA membership has a free Uber, in essence. You call them and they will come and pick you up from where you're at and let you decide the trailhead.
Neat. That's really neat.
So we now have that platform.
Right, and that is that's definitely what's needed in our communities. And I just wanted to say this to the listeners. when I speak with Shelly, she has offered up and helped me and guided me in the direction to get a lot of different information that I've needed to further my business too, as well as to further Blacks on Bikes as well. So it is truly her. She truly has a heart of giving and of giving back. She's just a really humble person, man. And I really appreciate you for all the information that you helped me with, Miss Shelley.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you. I mean, we're here to help each other. I don't, know why people find that concept so difficult, but I don't know. It's just kind of easy. If you have the information, if you have the means,
right.
Give it over, pay it forward. I'm looking forward to us doing things together with being able to go into certain places together, because people might say, oh, why, Blacks on Bikes, why would, it need to be separate? But there's, in certain places, there's not that outreach, or they may not know that there's that availability, or people that really truly advocate to want them, us as, being Blacks on Bikes. I would love to be able to see more women be on the mountain bike side. I could have, I should have contacted a couple of women that I do know that, mountain bike that I probably say, can you guys help me? Do you know where we're at?
Right.
I mean, not being just on a mountain bike, but a mountain bike that's actually like in dirt. I'm looking for the day where one of us shows up to do one of my races. That right there will be like one of the hugest things for me when that happens. And I would love, anybody who's out there listening, if they want to come to, the North Atlanta area, they want to come to my shop and they want to learn, I'm here. I am so here for you. That is, that is male or female. When my husband came here up from Texas, he met up with some other Black gentlemen, and they formed what was called the Dirt Road Teams. And they ride dirt as well as on road. And so it was a big, huge group of them that would get together that road. And it was so great seeing all these brothers together with their kit on, riding mountain bikes. I mean, they were so strong out there. It was like, yeah, like, this is what I'm talking about,
Right.
And, that kind of stuff, like, just warms, my heart and seeing it, because we're such strong athletes, and we could dominate, in the area of mountain biking, no doubt. But we're just not there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
We need to get there.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna do all that I can to, somebody had told you some time back that I was gonna put together some stuff, and some stuff came up, but I'm gonna do all that I can on my side to promote you guys and get more awareness how that you guys are, mountain bikers, and to get more women into it too as well. So I'm gonna do what I can on my side.
Well, I appreciate it, because, one thing I do want to say is that on the mountain bike race side, the Mountain Bike Enduro, is through Third Coast Enduro Series, and that's the number 3 RD Coast, COAST Enduro Series. We have a Facebook page, we have a website, we have videos out there. I mean, our stuff is just all the way out there. I mean, even if it's just to come and to spectate, to look, to see, right. What we're doing.
So with that, I have one other question. Actually, just a couple quick questions. What is your vision for Twisted Spokes moving forward? Briefly.
Great. I'm glad that you asked that. Our lease is up here in May, and we are looking at properties. We want to be a destination bike shop. We do full outfitting with regards to hitch, bike rack, and install. You've probably seen that out there. But we want to have like a eatery area, along with maybe, some adult beverages. We want to have a sand pit. We want to have a pump track.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the real adult beverages.
Now you're
we
talking.
Want to have a place.
I'm not talking about just the beverages. I'm talking about your overall vision. That sounds like amazing. I'm getting excited just hearing about it.
Yeah, we want to be right off of the Greenway, so that way we can have bikes rented to be able to go off on the Greenway. We want to be able to have a sizable piece of land, and we have a couple of spots right now that are in mind to where we can have a pump track and we can have that of some berms and stuff that you can go around, and also with test riding the bike, in an area of 3 to 5 acres. In addition to me being able to have, spin classes. So when the weather, it is bad, or it's just, too cold and not just ideal for actually going out on the road, or for those who don't, but they don't have a gym membership and they're doing something at someplace else, and they can come and hook their bikes up on a trainer, and, have a class that's like Sufferfest, That's where our vision is.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a destination spot where families can hang out, people can hang out, and just make an afternoon, or day of it, and not have to worry about where they're going to eat, where they're going to use the bathroom, how they're going to get a bike, and whether or not they can have their kids with them.
Yep. That sounds like I said. I'm sitting here just grinning from cheek to cheek. Sounds like a great place.
That's what we're trying to make happen, right now, because we've outgrown our space that we're in. That's about 1,400, square feet. But finding that type of property just with the acreage and the access to the greenway and having the proper zoning, that's what, the stuff that I'm dealing with right now.
All right. Well, like I said, I don't want to keep you too long, sister, but thank you so much for your time. Now, I'm going to be later on in the year, or towards the beginning of the year, I'm going to be doing the video blog, so I most definitely want to have you back on, talk about your progress, and what's going on with Twisted Spokes. Now, before we go, tell the people where they can reach you.
If I can interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would also like to say is I would like to invite you here to be able to have one of your podcasts or videos, of inviting people to come meet you at our shop.
That's cool.
Or be out on the enduro scene. We still have a few races that are left before the end of the year. I invite you to come tag along with us to be able to get even more information and be able to get into the states of where we're actually at. We would love to be able to do that for you.
Awesome. I'm there. We're coordinated.
We're coordinated, and I'll let you know, where you can be, where you want to be. Just show up, because, my thing is that everybody's family. We're here for each other. So if anyone's trying to get a hold of me, we're Twisted Spokes Bicycles. I'm Shelly, Shellie, Dimery, Dinery, Noisette. I can be found on Facebook as Shelly Dimery. We have a Facebook page of Twisted Spokes Bicycles, a website, and we also have Third Coast Enduro Series, number 3, or they can type in Third with typing out Coast Enduro Series on the Facebook page, website. You can find us there also. We're on Chamber Information, Nextdoor, Google+. We're all over. If you're looking for me, you will find me.
And don't worry, I'll take and put the links up on the YouTube video and also on the Facebook. I'm working on a new platform so everybody can find everything in one place. But until then, like I said, the links and stuff I'll put up below the video on YouTube in the description.
Thank you. We have contact us pages, so if they can't figure out how to get a hold of me, they just go to one of our websites. Also, I can be reached at 770-696-1081. Again, that's 770-696-1081 at Twisted Spokes Bicycles. And we always thank everybody for choosing us as a local bike shop, and I thank you, for featuring us and making us a part of your growth, your visions, and goals. And I'm really excited about being able to have that and us pairing up and you seeing how we can fit within what your goal sets are to have just this great flourishing relationship as business as well as friendship.
Yeah, great, sister. I appreciate it. We're Blacks on Bikes is actually here to serve for the community. So, but I appreciate it, and we will definitely work together. All right.
All right, sounds good. Well, I've enjoyed this, and I just thank you so much. And I want your listeners and everyone to have a wonderful day and to continue being blessed.
Yeah, you're welcome. And hang tight just for a second, okay? All right, guys. So that's the show for today. This is Black on Bikes podcast, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.